So when you're driving your car, there's a whole series of situations where you can use psych skills on other drivers. As an advanced driver, you've elevated yourself above the average, and that's really what we all aspire to be, above average drivers. So with psych skills, you're doing very small things that affect other drivers around you, perhaps making them more safe. So you might see a hazard up ahead. If you sound your horn, you'll hopefully wake up the car in front of you that maybe hasn't observed that hazard. So straight away, you're starting to take responsibility for other motorists, and you're keeping the line of traffic moving and moving safely. If you're approaching a car from behind to overtake, particularly at night, a small flash of your lights from a distance will hopefully just wake them up from this zombie-like state they may find themselves in, so they don't start drifting out as you overtake them. And they'll also be less inclined to do that. They notice you've flashed, it will seem that you're going much faster than you actually are, and it gives you a better opportunity to overtake them. You might have a tailgater, someone driving too close to the back of your car. So again, using these psych skills, by accelerating away fairly briskly and then covering the brake pedal, they will try and keep up with you, but as soon as they see the brake lights come on, there's no point. So they'll ease off. So hopefully, if you've done that a few times, you'll just encourage them to keep way back and give you that little bit of distance that you actually want or need. So a pedestrian walks out in front of you. If your car is going straight for them, they're likely to act like a rabbit in the headlights and just freeze in front of you. But by steering your car very, very subtly behind them, it can encourage them to make rapid forward progress. And indeed, the way we position our car can indicate to other motorists the routes that we would prefer them to take, or give them escape routes if we find ourselves on a potential collision course with them. It's always helpful to give other drivers the best opportunity of seeing you and acknowledging your presence on the road. And in most areas, it's legal to turn your lights on during the daytime. So if that's the case, do so. A lot of modern cars come with side lights or dipped beams automatically switched on 24/7, but in some cars you still have to make that selection. But just having a fairly bright light can give you sufficient contrast for drivers to notice you. Probably like me, sometimes you drive around and just wonder if you've engaged your cloak of invisibility because everyone is pulling out on you. So another scenario, you're following a car, they just seem to be dawdling along. It's probably a case that they're distracted, they've not even become aware of your presence. So sometimes just a flash of the lights, very short sounding of the horn may just alert them to the fact that you were there behind them, and it might encourage them to pick up the pace. And also, if they may be hesitant to overtake and there's plenty of clear road up ahead to overtake, just indicating to overtake, moving out into the middle of the road, it may just encourage them to wake up, see the opportunity and go just in front of you. You've got to be very careful to make sure that they don't pull out on you while you're overtaking them. So it's usually best to just psychologically try and encourage them to do that overtaking maneuver. Maybe they can't see the road ahead is clear and you can because you're further back. So just moving out into that position on the road may just give them the confidence they need to edge out a little, check that the coast is clear and take that overtaking maneuver. So I hope that's been useful to you. Please boot that like button. We've got more on driving coming soon. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. We'd love you to stay tuned to all the tips that we've got coming out, and I've lined this video up for you that you should find really interesting. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in this next video.